Pile 1. So we're looking into what you need to know right now in regards to your future spouse and how to connect with them eventually. At the bottom of the deck we have the Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. So your future spouse could be in a place right now where they're kind of just starting out, just either like just new in their job or their career, or they're like going back to school. They could be going through a lot of shifts in their life at this time in order to rework things and get to a more stable place to be able to be more of like a provider or just a more independent person in the future. So it's like they're taking a time out to like build, grow, learn, rework, um, invest in themselves in some way. So they're like distancing themselves from certain things in order to invest in themselves and their future. At this time, they could be like really disappointed with the way that certain things are in their life at this time. Yeah, they want to get to this King of Pentacles, more of a stable, yeah, like a very financially stable. So I'm seeing like as far as work, uh, working in like finances or something that kind of takes a long time to like build. I also am seeing like learning how to work with like stocks or investing, trying to like level up their game, level up their money game. Do they want to just be on like another level? So it's like they're taking the time out to put in the work right now at this time in order to be able to be like more lucrative or have more of like a free float, or to have more their mindset is kind of like the more that you have to give, then the more good you can do for others. Or it's like they want to be in this stable position to be able to provide or like give back to others, like help give others what they need. Yeah, there's very like community oriented. It's like they want to be a leader who can like provide support to others. So they feel like the more resources you have, the more you can offer to help support others. So they have really beautiful intentions for how they want to move forward in their life. But it's like they could just not know exactly how to do it or go about things at this time. It's like they're just beginning this like new cycle of taking the time out to learn how to like get to where they would like to be in their life. They also could have been like taken advantage of in some way, because we do have the Seven of Swords underneath here. So that could be why they're in this position of like having to rework and kind of start over. But yeah, they could have been like previously just let down or taken advantage of, or just someone was not fully honest with them. And so it made them realize they need to be like more self-sufficient, more independent. Yeah, it's like they're having a lot of realizations and then removing themselves from things that no longer serve them so they can focus on like their future, their ability to be able to invest in themselves, take care of themselves and others around them. So really like stepping up to the plate to change their circumstances. Yeah, they're in the process of trying to move forward. It's like they don't know exactly how to go about this, but they're just trying to kind of put one foot in front of the other and just move forward after being really let down, just being like really hurt in some way, having to go through some sort of major ending. It's like this has caused a lot of emotional turmoil for them, but they're choosing to like release this and let go, instead of like dwelling on the negativity or the regrets or just like why this happened, why they're going through this. It's like they're really focused on just ending this cycle and being able to move towards something new. So it's like they can't really see where they're going or what's on the other side. They're being very divinely led or just following the guidance of spirit to kind of move into a whole new cycle. So it's like they're willing to kind of like walk away from things that are not working for them or not serving them. So we have the Two of Pentacles. So you and this person could meet. This could be someone that you like never met before, and you and them could meet while you're traveling to some really unexpected place. Like I'm seeing you kind of going through something in your life where it's like your hands are tied and you feel like there's not a lot you can do about the situation. So you choose to kind of like remove yourself and just go do something kind of new and different. And that's whenever your paths will cross. So it's like then you're kind of mirroring each other. The other person here is already on this path of like, okay, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to learn. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other, walk away from things that don't feel right and move towards things that do, and just try and release like the expectation to the outcome essentially. So yeah, I feel like that's where you guys are going to meet each other. Like at some point in the future, you may kind of come across a similar circumstance, or you could be going through something like that right now. And it's like, once you're both able to kind of fully release control over the attachment to, you know, the outcome, the expectations of certain outcomes, or like needing to have things a certain way in your life in order to feel secure. It's like once you can release that and just adjust to the idea of like doing something totally new and different without a lot of like resources or a lot of knowledge about what you're doing, is kind of just like being willing to take the leap and like dive in. Um, there'll be some sort of like exchange of energy, or it's like you'll cross paths with someone who's kind of on the same journey, to where you're able to like come together and exchange energy and kind of like give each other what you need, and then realize you can do things in a different way. It's like you don't always have to do things all on your own, or take everything all on your own, or always have everything like always fully set up and figured out like for yourself. So that may feel kind of like scary or insecure to not have control over like your circumstances around you and your ability to like fully take care of yourself all the time. But whenever we're pushed into these uncomfortable positions, sometimes it's like spirit is opening up a chance for us to cross paths with things that are new and different in order to expand our world, the way we operate, the way we see the world, the way that we connect with others around us. It's like there's a potential to grow once you come together, because you're operating out of like foreign or new, different territory. Even if you don't necessarily go somewhere totally foreign or totally different, something about just kind of like relocating, but it doesn't have to be major. It could be just like moving somewhere different in your city, or releasing control over like your housing and like where you have to be or have to end up, or having to always have like a secure plan for your housing. Sometimes like kind of releasing that control and then allowing spirit to like reshift things and like rework something for you, where you and another person can come together and like work together to rebuild and grow and figure out where you would like to be together. So this could just like really go against um, what you're used to or what makes you feel really comfortable and secure. Yeah, there's an energy to where you don't exactly know how to operate in this more free flow energy. It could be the type here in pile one where we need just a lot of like planning, or we need to feel a sense of security, or feel like we have things figured out before we like release one thing and jump into the next. So spirit could be urging you to kind of like go against the way that you've always set things up around you in order to feel that sense of security in your path. That could have been something that was kind of like limiting you from then having someone like kind of come in and offer you something new and different, because it was like your own perspective of how you had to do things was like blocking that from being able to come in. Um, so you could be getting pushed into kind of like a really uncomfortable position in your life where like your hands are tied, or it's like you have no choice but to surrender and like do something different. And it's like that's right whenever you're gonna meet this person, because they're going through something very similar, right? Or just the same process of just like releasing this fear and this worry of like feeling like you need to always have it all figured out and always have a plan and always be in control and always know exactly what's coming and how to navigate it. And sometimes there's things that you just can't see coming, or you just can't plan beforehand, or life is going to do what life is going to do, and we have to be able to like smoothly adjust. And it's like knowing that we have a lot more tools to navigate all of these different things um, than we realize. So we don't always need to have that sense of security or that sense of control in our environment, because we can fall back on like our intuition, our trust and spirit, and then the spiritual tools that we have to like navigate through things in the moment, in order to continue to move forward and take care of ourselves. So yeah, you and your other person are definitely like, for your future spouse at this time, you're learning a lot of really similar lessons. So it could be really uncomfortable, but that's a big part of like what's the catalyst to then bringing you together to connect at this time. Watching the ish go down, enjoying the gossip. So that's more of this energy of like pulling out of this, instead of being overly attached and tied to things and certain outcomes. It's like having this more carefree attitude of knowing that spirit is in control, and just seeing everything from more of like an outside observer perspective, rather than being directly affected by everything happening around you. So you're definitely outgrowing the way that you've done things in the past. It's like it may have worked for you at one time and made you feel really secure in the way that you were moving and operating in your life, but you've kind of outgrown these things and you're ready to move into something new and different and have like different experiences. So it comes with like a learning curve. You have to learn the new technology, how to access the things that you really enjoy and care about in this new energy. But you're capable of doing this, right? And kind of moving forward in your life. So We have this card in reverse. So this is a very healing time for you. Instead of thinking like it's the end, it's all over. Understand like in order to start a new cycle, you have to release certain things. So your future spouse is also learning the same lesson. It's like in order to move towards the things that they're really passionate about or to invest in themselves, to learn the things that they'd like to, you have to be willing to let go of certain other things and take those like leaps of faith. But it doesn't mean it's the end. It's just the beginning of a new cycle at that point. So a movie date. So whenever you first connect, like popcorn could be a big thing. Like you could share popcorn, end up actually going to the movies. They could be someone that really enjoys like watching movies or watching films or like learning and educating themselves through cinema, like watching YouTube documentaries or YouTube videos. That could be something that you bond over. So, if this was someone that you knew in the past, they could be in a place of like really regretting certain things that they did in the connection. But if it's someone that you don't know yet and you're going to connect with in the future, you and them, or maybe just them, could be going through just something in their life to where they feel like they invested in the wrong people or they just kind of made the wrong choices in their life. And so that's why right now they're in this moment of walking away from certain things in order to invest in themselves, or they're um, making so many adjustments at this time. It's like they know they've kind of been doing the wrong thing and they want to, instead of staying in this energy or dwelling in this energy, it's like they want to be able to release this and kind of let this go and use it as like a catalyst or motivation to then move forward. So even with all the difficulty of like picking that up and dropping it, I feel like it's kind of symbolic too. They could just be kind of like struggling at this time to like let certain things go and make these adjustments. It's hard not to like dwell in this energy of like regret, but they're really trying to move forward and just adapt and like do things differently and grow as a person, grow, like learn from these lessons instead of like beating themselves up or being really hard on themselves. So, some zodiac signs. So we have Seven of Fire, Mars in Leo. The Moon, High Priestess, Cancer energy. Knight of Water, water and air signs. And the Two of Fire, Mars in Aries. So fire, air, water signs all coming through. Leo, Aries, Cancer specifically. Too many, Spirit. We have you are right. Happiness is my priority. So I feel like this is a big part of why they're making certain changes and adjustments in their life at this time. They really want to choose what would make them happy in the long run. It's like they're no longer living to serve other people or living to make other people in their life happy. It's like they realize trying to put everyone else's needs first or like do what would make other people happy instead of putting themselves in a position that makes themselves happy and proud of themselves was like not serving them or just causing them to get taken advantage of. So they've had to kind of like draw a line and set a lot of boundaries in their life at this time. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? I worry about us a lot. And I want a fresh start with you. So again, this could be someone that you are reconnecting with and they know that they really messed up and chose the wrong things in the past. If not, it's like right whenever you first connect with this person or you first meet this person, they may kind of like go in a different direction or choose something different. And then right away, it's like they learn this lesson that that was not very smart and they have to kind of remove themselves from whatever they moved towards in order to come towards you. So it may not be like you kind of meet and get together like initially. There may be something that kind of happens right in the beginning, but it's like kind of divinely set up in order to show this person what they need to see in order to actually get their life in alignment to be able to like truly receive you or have like a true genuine beginning with you. It's like something will kind of have to happen first in order to shift things up and open things in their life and encourage them to remove themselves from things that are not the healthiest for them, no longer serving them, just possibly taking advantage of them or encouraging like just a lower vibration out of them. But yeah, if it's like someone that you have met in the past, it's like you are right about what you're feeling in this connection at this time. Waves of attention, admiration. People notice you for the star that you are, whether through your work ethic or simply by being you. It's your turn, so bask in the waves of admiration and attention. You deserve it. Fences and flowers, boundaries. Create a protective environment that serves as a respectful space filled with positive energy, choosing only those that honor your clear boundaries to share your space physically and mentally is needed. So, yeah, they're definitely going through a time where they're setting a lot of boundaries. Also, right when you first connect and come together, they could have to set quite a few boundaries with others in their life. You could be also going through similar things, kind of mirroring them. Fault lines, repair. Earthquakes come from fault lines beneath the surface. When things in your life were built from fear or ill intentions, they cannot withstand when life shakes things up. Use this time to look within yourself and in relationships to see any cracks that need mending or a new foundation to be built. So, yeah, it's like if you have already connected with them, it's like it was maybe not necessarily under ill intentions due to either of you, but maybe outside influences around you. So it's like the foundation wasn't genuine. It wasn't able to build in the way that spirit would have liked at that time. So it's like allowing things to kind of fall apart in order to come together in a much stronger or healthier way, or in a way where you have like a true chance to really build something solid. So yeah, it's like if you haven't already connected with this person, again, like right when you first connect, it's like the way that things start out is like not necessarily how it's going to be. So there has to be this process of like things kind of falling apart. So then in your own individual lives, you can set those like necessary boundaries, and then rebuild and come back together in a much healthier way, to where you have like a true chance to build something long lasting together. Creativity, discovery. One of the ways the divine wants to connect with you is through creative expression. It gets you out of your busy mind to feel, listen, and to know how best to flow the energy through you. You're being called to tap into your creative side to reconnect and discover many talents. Be open to the process and let it flow without judging yourself. We also have this protection needed underneath on the bottom. So definitely, if you ever sense like weird vibes around you, call on your higher power and your angels around you to help protect you and guide you through anything difficult or uncertain. Dreams realized. Patience needed. And false narrative. So the situation does have an opportunity to come full circle and for there to be expansion and growth. It's just going to be a matter of being really patient and not telling yourself that false narrative while you're in that rebuilding process, while you're in that destruction and rebuild into something more genuine. It's like holding on to the faith that you can have what you desire in the relationship, and that spirit is working in a way to like protect you and help you in your highest way, like help you move forward in the most divine way. So kind of trust in everything that's happening, or the way that things are happening, that it's like ultimately working to bring that balance and just show each of you who's like, yeah, working with you in your spiritual journey, and who's kind of like hindering you or helping to teach you those uncomfortable lessons. Denial, deception. There's a situation that you're refusing to see clearly. Living in denial can create false scenarios to see things that are not accurate. Have the courage and discernment to dig deep into the truth of the situation. So, don't get caught up in seeing something in a negative viewpoint whenever it's like the struggle or the confusing part, because there's this divinely guided path to help you and your future spouse like rebuild, come together in a much healthier way, where you have that chance, that opportunity to have something sustainable and long lasting to make you both really happy in the long run. So Spirit has a plan, so don't get discouraged early on or immediately. Yeah, so that is all I have for pile one. So thank you so much if you're still watching. Hi there, pile two. We're looking into your future spouse in regards to like where they're at right now, and what you need to know in order to get into alignment with meeting them. On the bottom of the deck, ooh, we have the Lovers and the Devil. Oh, So see this here. Your person and you could be like marrying them, but your person for sure is going through something right now where they're being heavily tested. It's like the choices and the decisions that they make right now, they're being heavily tested or like lured, drawn into. I'm hearing like whenever in the Bible, whenever Jesus was being tempted, and so he just like went into the forest for like 40 days and 40 nights or whatever it was, um, in order to just like avoid the temptation or whatever was happening. Um, it's like your person has a desire to have a very divinely connected relationship. So it's like even though you and your person haven't come into alignment yet, they're a very spiritual person. They're very spiritually led. So to them, they feel as though their soul is already meshed and connected with their divine counterpart. And so they want to make choices and decisions that really reflect the care and the love that they have um, inside of them, for then when they meet you, in order to have like the most pure connection. So because they're trying to walk more of like a righteous path, if you will, or just be like more pure, or just focus on making more intentional choices and decisions that would reflect something that their future spouse would approve of, even if they haven't kind of met them or come into contact with them yet. So because they're operating in that energy, it's like the adversary or the devil or the um, negative spirits and forces out there almost go into overtime trying to like lure this person or tempt them um, back down. They could have been someone who kind of indulged in things in the past, like substances or sexual relationships, etc. They could have like had or started gambling, just different vices or things that tempted them. But at a certain point, it's like they had this spiritual awakening, and what came out of that was this deep and profound realization of how much like our spirit matters and our divine like counterpart, like our soulmate person, their energy is so tied and connected to us that it's like they want to make choices and decisions that reflect like honoring and respecting that energy right now, before it's even come into their life. So very spiritual, very like purely hearted person. They want a very like pure, um yeah, very genuine, authentic connection without any sort of like mess, like cheating and things like that. Like they want like a higher level, more divine, respectable, something they're very proud of. I know this is six, but I just saw a V. So the letter V. Um, anyways, yeah. So Vicky, Victor, I don't know why I just started hearing a bunch of V things, but yeah, they really do desire to. They almost feel like the more they focus on their choices and making really healthy choices, the quicker that they would be able to like desire or come together with the love that they want. So it's like no matter how many times they're tempted, they continue to try to make really healthy choices. But yeah, for whatever reason, there's someone who's very heavily sought after by the adversary. It's like they're very tempted a lot, or they experience a lot of temptation and a lot of spiritual warfare. They have to like really be vigilant and keep their guard up and not allow themselves to get like led astray and continue to fall back on like their spiritual journey. So at some point in their past, they could have been someone who was like not awake and was easily kind of like led or controlled by others. And then once they went through like a spiritual awakening, they realize how important it is to have that like autonomy over yourself and your journey. And so now they're a lot more vigilant to like protect themselves spiritually on their journey. So they experience a lot of temptation and spiritual warfare, like due to the level of awareness that they now have over their actions. Ooh, so we have the Empress and the Emperor. So I was already thinking with this pile, it's definitely like a soulmate type of divinely led, like someone you connected with in another lifetime. But now with the Emperor and the Empress, we definitely have like divine counterpart, divine feminine, divine masculine energy. So at this time in their life, they continue to like be victorious over the tempting energy or the temptation around them. They're not easy to like fall into this. So it's like they win time and time again when they're tested by like these negative spirits, because they're very intentional, or they're very focused on being able to call in. It's like they feel like they're going to call in the type of partner that mirrors their actions. So if they continue to like rise above the temptation and choose to be like more virtuous, or choose to hold like certain values, then they're going to manifest or attract or then meet like this divine person that matches them and holds those same values. Or then it's like you could come together and like really celebrate. Or they want someone who's also like very pure and has a lot of intentional, emotional, loving energy to give. So it's like they're continuing to stay committed to like their path, their spiritual practices at this time. So they also could understand like when they manifest their divine counterpart, it's like they have this mindset of, if I'm operating at a high frequency, then I may be very attractive to others, or I might experience a lot of warfare, a lot of people trying to tempt me. So I have to be able to kind of like rise above it. And so they're also trying to heal their ego, to understand like, so then if I also have a person who's operating in their divine energy and they're very like attractive or highly sought after, then they're going to get a lot of attention, and they don't want that to then like affect them, affect their ego, affect the way they operate. It's like understanding um it's like because they trust themselves to make healthy, well thought out choices against temptation, then it gives them that sense of security that they could have a partner who also experiences the same level of like attention or spiritual warfare. um, People trying to come in and offer them things or give things to them, and it's like them choosing to like stay in their power, and then yeah, like then make those choices that reflect the relationship in a positive way. But it's like not a bad thing that yeah, the other person would get a lot of attention or have a lot of offers, or a lot of, yeah, energy drawn towards them. It's like that doesn't mean that they're like doing anything bad towards you. So it's like they're also trying to heal their ego to where they're not like insecure or easily triggered in a relationship. And then they feel the more they can heal that within themselves, then they won't have a partner who struggles with those insecurities as much. And so it won't be like a struggle in the relationship. It's like two people who, yeah, are working on healing those insecurities to where they're not getting triggered when the other person is getting that level of attention. There's like that trust that you're going to continue to make healthy choices that reflect the respect that you have in the relationship, no matter what the outside influence is, or like no matter what anybody else has to say. It's like, yeah, no matter what the town gossip is. I'm also seeing like coming together to like work together. It's this idea of like, if we stay really invested in each other and continue to focus on each other and work together towards our mutual goal, then you can build something really beautiful together, and not allow yourselves to get like deterred, um, or sidetracked, or create like extra dramas based off of outside attention, or like, yeah, outside energy trying to come into the relationship. It's like having that sense of security to where that type of stuff doesn't affect either individual or the relationship at all. And it's like the focus just stays on each other and continuing to build towards each other. So I feel like your person is in a place of like specifically trying to heal all of this stuff within themselves, like heal the way they see certain things, heal the way they make certain choices and decisions, like really have that like healthy sense of ego, to where then they're able to be in a relationship with a high valued, high respected, highly admired, sought after person, and then that not make them feel insecure. It's like they're able to handle that and match that energy and give that sense of um yeah, like value and security back into the relationship, rather than like meeting someone who they feel is really great and exudes all this confident, beautiful energy, and then wanting to like almost tear that person down or make them insecure. Um, they could have had that happen to them in the past, or they could have been like that in the past. Um, like they felt like if they had control over their partners, then they could, not be so concerned over like someone else coming in and affecting things. And it's like they had to learn a really tough lesson that like controlling someone else or trying to control the relationship isn't the way to go. So either they were the ones doing this, or they realized they were being like controlled by another person, because of the other person's insecurities, and they really, really didn't like the way this made them feel. And so it's like affected them in a deep way. It's like actually triggered like a spiritual awakening within them, to where they're like, okay, I need to heal this energy within myself so I don't make anyone else feel this way too, or so I don't make anyone else feel this way again. Either one. Um, yeah, it's like they want to be able to just be in like a higher level divinely led commitment, and just kind of be able to handle that and like respect another person. There's also this energy to where like once you meet, you could be like so drawn to each other and so attracted to each other, and just like kind of click and be like so focused on each other like right away, that just like with this here, it almost like causes people's head to spin, or like throws people for a loop and kind of throws people off, to where then that's where a lot of people come in, or that's where you then experience a lot of that spiritual warfare, is because people don't understand like why you've connected so much. And so then a lot of people from the outside are trying to come in and like control things or influence things. Like right when you first connect, it's like you both could see each other as such a prize, or just be so drawn to each other, so attracted to each other. It's like you both feel like you're right on each other's level. But then you're both individually like very attractive, popular, like sought after. I'm also seeing the letter K. K, Keith, could be something. But anyways, yeah, it's like you're both in that energy, and then you both see each other and you're like, okay, it's like you feel like you're each other's match. And there's this like kind of being obsessed with each other, like wanting to spend all your time with each other, like being completely, totally focused on each other. And it could like throw off like the people around you. It's like people around you don't really get it or understand. And so that's where some of like the spiritual warfare starts to come in. Um, so it's like having to have really solid boundaries and really stay firm, and stay like dedicated and focused in the relationship. But it's like I feel the more you connect, or the more you open up with each other, the more you see each other on a deeper level, like each other's vulnerabilities. It's like becomes obvious that you were like divinely led to each other, or that there's some sort of like soulmate, like deeper level connection. So it's like other people just see the mask on the outside and are just attracted to like the way that you each kind of like look on the outside, but it's like you each have this some sort of connection to where you can see further and like deeper into each other. So you're attracted to each other for like deeper level, more spiritual reasons. It's like you see each other's heart, rather than just being overly drawn towards the way the other person looks, because it's like you could both understand that only goes so deep, or it's like you both understand what it's like to have people not really see you for who you are, and just see you for the way you look, and be really drawn to you, or like hold you in a certain light, or like feel like they know you. just based off like their attraction to you. And yeah, it's like this fleeting thing, or it's not like this deeper thing. So it's like you've both been ignited on this like deeper spiritual path to come together and connect in a deeper, more meaningful way. So because you see deeper into each other past the attraction, it's like there's something real, something deeper, something kind of connecting you in a way that like the people around you don't understand. They could just think that it's like lust, or you're just like deeply attracted to each other, or like obsessed with each other. So people could come in and just try to give you like kind of bad advice, or just almost try to deter the connection because they just don't like understand like the spiritual significance or like the spiritual work that you've both done to come to this place. We also have 6 and 4, but um, it's like mirroring numbers, right? 4 or 5, 1, 1, 5. So there's something with that too. Like there's a mirroring energy here. Um, yeah, very deep. Yeah, it's like you're not just going to be obsessed and focused on each other because the way each other look, because you both understand what it feels like to have someone only see you for that, or really only care about you for what's on the surface. It's like you're both able to unlock something deeper within each other, to where you feel like really safe to like come together and open up with each other in ways that you don't, or you haven't with others. So that could be something. It's like this is going to go really fast, like once you connect and come together in that deeper way. It's like your bond is going to be like so solidified. This is going to be something to where it moves super quick. It's like you could move into like marriage, or just like a deeper level commitment like really fast, because you recognize, again, it's like your souls or your spirits recognize something in each other. But then the people around you, it's like that sets off like alarm bells, or that seems like a red flag to people around you. But yeah, it's like you both have something deeper like in your spirit or in your spiritual journey that you initially recognize in each other. It's like you just recognize each other in general as like these divine counterparts, like this soulmate led thing that like with the other person, they've intentionally been making all these choices to be able to call in this more pure, genuine soulmate connection. So right when they meet you, they may recognize that energy in you. So it's like they want to just jump right in. Yeah, it's like right when you meet each other, you're just gonna be completely focused on each other. It's like nothing's really gonna be able to like break that focus or attention that you have on each other. Like no matter how much attention you each get individually, like nothing will come in and like deter this away from each other, because again, it's like you're not just attached or connected just because the surface level or the way you look or how attractive you each are. It's this deeper thing where it's like you each see something in each other that no one else has been able to see, because they've always been distracted by the way that you look or their attraction to you and their draw to you. So you recognize each other in a deeper way, and that you each recognize each other in that deeper way. It's like in this intrinsic way that you've both felt like you've been missing in your other connections. So it's like gives you something you each need. It's like this key moment where things can like click and come together for you. So it's like to you guys, it just will seem totally natural to just um, jump in. It's like what you've each been waiting for, essentially. So it doesn't feel like it's going too fast or like it's rushed. It's like exactly what your soul's been like longing for, making all these adjustments to have, what you've been healing to like call in. Yeah, it's going to go really quick, and it's going to really freak out people around you. So people could be like trying to come to you and be like, hey, are you sure you should be moving this fast? Like maybe you should slow down. And you're literally not going to take their advice, not going to be interested in hearing what they have to say. You're going to see people like giving you that type of advice as people that are trying to like deter you or hinder you or be like a stumbling block on your spiritual path to get towards like your person that you've been waiting for. It's like you're not going to let anybody like let you down, or yeah, like bring that letdown in your energy, or like kind of affect you in that way. So you'll both be able to see really clearly that it's like worth investing in. It's worth taking a leap of faith. It's worth like, it's like this person is going to open you up and vice versa. Like you'll open each other up to reveal and show each other things below the surface that nobody else really gets access to, but there'll be some sort of clarity in the way that you connect that is like this comes natural. It's like you find this part of yourself that you all hide away and shelter away from others, just like naturally spilling out of you, potentially for the first time or for the first time in a long time. And it's like they just see that part of you and get it and understand. So it feels safe to release them, this part of you, after so long. And this leads you to both understanding that there's something here that's really worth investing in because it's helping you to grow into that next phase. It's like taking it from what you had before and like helping add levels and layers to like your spiritual journey, and like building something really beautiful together. Through the more that you open up, share, see each other in that deeper level, the more vulnerable you are with each other. It's like the more you're able to build. So it's just like a lot of green flags, a lot of signs that there's something really positive here. So you could be getting a lot of signs and messages at this time. You could be really turning to, like, that's kind of how you found this video, is like you're really turning to, you could be also going through a spiritual awakening, is causing you to turn to like a spiritual practice or to like dig into things, understand things on a deeper level. Um, very like divinely led, like learning how to follow your intuition and step through dark and uncertain times and just continue to be guided by spirit. So you're really working on receiving like the messages that you need from spirit in order to know exactly how to move forward and open up to heal yourself. So spirit's confirming you've been doing a really beautiful job of tapping into your intuition and allowing that to lead you and guide you. And so continue to do the work and to learn and to invest in yourself spiritually, because it's really paying off and you are getting like accurate and clear messages and learning how to receive those and apply them to your life and move through that. So it's confusing when you first start out, but the more you develop that sense and work in this energy and grow, you start to move forward. It starts to just come more natural and more easy, and you move forward in just a more fluid way with more trust in the divine, that with each step you are moving closer towards like your overall purpose, and you're not just being led astray or led nowhere, led into madness. There's like a purpose for everything, and you're starting to see that and like put those connections together. So we have the into games in the reverse. So it's like, yeah, this person is kind of moving out of playing games and moving towards fighting for the things that they really care about. It's like they don't care about the trivial stuff that they used to. So there's a lot of shifts happening. Um, so yeah, the biggest of, just to reiterate, like the biggest advice from spirit on how to get in alignment to call in your divine counterpart is to continue to be guided, continue to allow spirit to work through you to give you the messages that you need, and continue to just follow your intuition moving forward and like heal all of the things. Yeah, I just kind of felt like reiterating that for whatever reason. So it's like even when it's dark and confusing and scary, just having that trust and faith to move forward and know that like these things will come to you, exactly how to move and what to do and all the things, like it will come to you in time. So try not to overthink it. Just allow yourself to be really guided and not like deterred by outside advice or outside like chaos. So if I hate nothing about you. So I feel like this is confirming further like how like obsessed you guys are going to be with each other. It's almost like right when you meet each other, you'll be like, wow, this person's perfect. Like you'll feel like, oh my gosh, they have like no flaws. Like this is exactly what I've been praying for or trying to manifest, or it's like seems like your perfect like counterpart, if you will. So I think this here is speaking to like there's going to be a lot of people around you who see the way that you connect and the way that you come together and just like how initially obsessed you are with each other, and they see it as like a red flag or they get kind of concerned, and it's like they want to step in and give you the best advice to be like, hey, like don't move forward too quickly, like don't get too caught up in this, like take your time. But to you, because you feel like you're so committed to like your spiritual journey, this could feel like a betrayal, or like there's certain people around you who really don't have the best intentions for you, and they are really trying to kind of like lead you into like in their mind they may feel as though they're giving you good advice because they see you just like jumping in or diving into this relationship and they're like trying to help you or protect you, but it's like really they're showing up as kind of like a stumbling block on you. It's like they're allowing the adversary to work through them to like deter you from being able to make those divinely led spiritual choices to stay in alignment um, with like your spiritual journey. So uh, it's definitely going to feel like there's a lot of people that are kind of like betraying you or don't have your back or don't support you, is the biggest thing. And spirit is confirming that it's like they may not be doing this consciously or purposely, like their intentions probably are to care for you and look out for you, but it is coming from like a lower level vibration or kind of like a jealousy or like wanting to put fear energy into you, because it's like you and this person, there's nothing here that's really showing up that you need to be like concerned or have your guard up or like take things slow in order to make sure it's all good. It's like whenever it's like that soulmate type of connection, it's like you want to just flow and move exactly how you're being guided to, and a lot of people outside the connection may not understand, so they feel as though they're doing the best thing to care about you and give you good advice, but really it's like trying to put that kind of like fear energy into your experience. So yeah, spirit's confirming to just kind of like be vigilant and kind of protect yourself from the outside energy. It's like people who just may not understand, like they're not a part of the connection, so they can't see the ways in which you guys like are really validating each other on that deeper level, or like giving each other something that nobody else can. Yeah, other people can't see like your journey and your needs and the way that you connect in the same way. So yeah, they just are not a part of the experience, so they're not going to understand like in the same way. So that's where like falling back on your spiritual journey and just like the messages that you're getting from spirit at this time and following your intuition is going to kind of lead you in a better direction than taking like certain people's like advice, or um, especially if it's someone who's like not very spiritual or someone who's operating out of like a lower level energy, then yeah, it could be more of like a hindrance than helping you to move in the ways that your soul's like longing to at this time. Let me hold you. I just dream and wish for everything. The number 7 could be relevant. Week, 1 week, 7 days. I feel like that's reiterating. It's like things are going to happen really quick here. Like within a week, things will unfold like very quickly. The 7th of a month could be relevant to 2 sevens. So it could be like a lucky number for someone. Love is the answer, and you are so very special. 21 could be relevant, the number 21. And then wrongful advice. So it's like certain people could almost get like manipulative to be like, oh, do you not care about like my opinion or like how this will influence everyone else or affect everyone else? Or but spirit's confirming like no matter how much people try and amp up the tactics to get you to try to hear them or see it from their point of view, continue to like hold on to like what spirit is saying and how spirit is communicating with you and how to move through any uncertainty in the situation. Yeah, 2 sevens here, so I can't even look at you right now. And you are wrong. So I feel like this is what they're going to end up saying to people around them or people around you. It's like, yeah, you're going to have to be very like defensive, kind of have a guard up and not let anything from the outside deter you, like not let any of the water from the outside come into the ship and cause it to sink. With the I can't even look at you right now, I feel like this is going to come from this betrayal energy. Like they could feel like almost like really hurt and betrayed by certain people trying to give them like wrong advice, or they end up having to like stand up for you and like literally tell people like, no, you are wrong about them. Like, I trust me, like I see them on a deeper level, or like they see me on a deeper level. But it's like this could really hurt and feel like a deep betrayal to where it's it's like gonna affect certain connections around you, or it's like having to make certain choices to like isolate or distance from people who are just showing up time and time again is like wanting to hinder or deter. It's like, if you really cared about me, like wouldn't you respect the way I feel and the connection that I have? It's just like really waking up to realize certain people either around them or you and the intentions that they have. So it's either you or them could definitely go through this energy of just like feeling really betrayed by people just kind of putting in their 2 cents and like not giving the best advice. So yeah, there could be people trying to tell you like, you are so very special, you're so highly sought after, like don't end up with someone who's not going to really care about you, or don't end up with someone. It's like they, for whatever reason, will see something about your divine counterpart is like something unique and different about them is like a red flag or something that's like unlucky, whereas to you, you see it in this like spiritual light, or you see that it's something that makes them so unique and different in a way that is positive, or something that you really want in your life. So it's like you're not going to listen to this or like let this affect you or deter you, but you'll still be like really hurt by it coming from the outside or the other person, not hurt with your like future spouse here. So it's like either you or the other person or both of you, or you could just like right when you come together feel really betrayed by like people around both of you for trying to kind of like put in their 2 cents or give such like extreme advice. Or yeah, you just feel like there's a lot of people around trying to kind of like manipulate you away from each other because you're so fixated, set on each other, obsessed with each other. It's like a lot of haters who don't want to see two people genuinely happy. So having that realization could be really hurtful, especially if it comes from people that you once really cared about or thought like really cared for you. So it's like right when you come together with someone, if you experience a lot of spiritual warfare initially, or it's a lot of people trying to break you up or like put weird energy in the situation, it could be confirmation that there's something significant about that, that it could be like a higher level soulmate. There's like a reason why you're experiencing the spiritual warfare. It's like not for nothing. So we have 6 of Earth, Moon in Taurus, Gemini with the Lovers. So the Lovers showing up twice, so lots of Gemini energy. Queen of Water, water in water. And Sagittarius with Temperance. Temperance showing up twice here. So we have Taurus, water signs, Gemini with the Lovers, Sagittarius, fire signs coming through. Waves of attention, admiration. People notice you for the star that you are, whether through your work ethic or simply by being you. It's your turn, so bask in the waves of admiration and attention. You deserve it. Bridge the gap, communication. Walking across a bridge is easier than treading through the water. Viewing both sides of a situation can create compassion and clarity. You're being asked to reach common ground to see both points of view. So Spirit is advising, like, through this whole situation, the best thing that you can do to protect yourself, and protect the relationship from all of this like outside attention that you both could get, is to like stay really firm in your communication. So continuing to have that open dialogue to see each other's point of view and what's really going on beneath the surface could be key to get through outside interference or people trying to come in and make offers or get either of your attention, trying to deter you in the relationship. It's like certain people you didn't expect could come in and try and get this person's attention or get your attention, like say your friends are even trying to get each other's attention, and that's where that betrayal energy, I can't even look at you, could be coming through. So it's like Spirit's advising heavy communication through any of this stuff in order to get through it and continue to like see each other's true intentions, true care for each other, to choose each other, because like even your person, like in the beginning I was getting the messages of like they're really focused on taking a time out to like make really healthy choices and decisions no matter who wants them. So once you're in the relationship, it's like you could be tested in those same ways, right? It's like a lot of people are going to want your person, or a lot of people are going to want you, and it could be people that are close to you or each of you and the people around you. So again, it's like it really comes through, or it's like the very people trying to tell you not to be with this person then goes and tries to get with this person, or vice versa. The very people telling them not to trust you then are trying to get with you. So it's like you're gonna have to really fall back on communication through this time to help each other understand like your heart and your commitment and where you're at, and keep things like really pure and grounded. Because I feel like your person has that desire, like from the very beginning. Those were the messages I was picking up on, is like they want to make healthy choices and decisions that reflect their partner right now, even though they don't have their partner right now, so that they get really spiritually tested. So it's almost like the better intentions that you each have going into the connection or the relationship, the more you're going to be spiritually tested from the outside. So it's like you're going to have to continue to fall back on the communication with each other in order to like work through that, and understanding like you don't care about the attention that you're getting or the way that people are attracted to you from the outside. It's like you care about that spiritual connection and the way that you can see each other and communicate with each other, and like bring those different sides of each other out and validate each other in those deeper ways. Like that's what truly matters to each of you, and not any sort of like offer or attention that you're getting based off of something surface level or just like the way that you look. So yeah, continuing to have that healthy communication and dialogue throughout the connection in order to assure each other, yeah, you're still in it, or you still have those same values. You don't care about yeah, just like an offer of someone who just thinks that you're like attractive on the outside. It's like that doesn't really mean anything to you. Like you don't really care about that. You care about like the deeper like soul connection that you have with this person. Like that's what matters, right? Inflexible change. You or the person involved are set in ways that are impending growth. Be more open-minded to see the other person's point of view to expand your perspective in a healthy way. Oftentimes, being too rigid masks the problem that causes imbalance and unrest. Flexibility is needed to create flow. So I feel like your person may have known that in the past they were kind of insecure, and that's why they've taken this time out to heal these things so they can have the type of relationship they desire. So that's again where like really healthy communication could come in to be like the key factor to help work through these really difficult times. It's like with this being the bottom of the deck energy, this is like what your person is currently trying to heal in their life right now. You could also be trying to heal this and just like elevate your vibration in order to call in something more stable and secure that's not as easily thrown off by those like lower level insecurities. Taking the leap. Courage. You have to let go of something good to get something great. Taking the leap into the unknown can be scary, but you are being called to have faith in yourself and the universe. If you want to experience the next level of success, you cannot stay comfortable. Enjoy the journey. So that's all I have for pile 2. If you're still watching, thank you so much. Hi there, pile 3. Taking a look into your future spouse and what you need to know about them at this time, how to get in alignment to connect with them. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress and the Four of Pentacles and Justice. I feel like you've kind of been going back and forth. Your person could be in a place too where they're like going back and forth between making some sort of leap, or they could have a lot of different choices and options in regards to like what direction they should go in. So they're having a hard time in this moment, like knowing what choice to make or which direction to go in. Initially, I said you. So like you could be marrying each other. It's like neither one of you really know like what's best to do, which direction, what to choose. It's like you could each be like refraining from making certain choices in your life at this time, because it's like again you're just not sure what the best direction to go in or what the best choice to take is. So you could be you and them. Yeah, more of like holding back from making a firm choice because it's like you're not exactly sure what the right thing to do is. It's like waiting for spirit to kind of confirm, or you could be waiting for something to come to you. Like instead of making a decision or choosing something or giving to something, it's like you're waiting for um, something to come towards you, and more like a receptive energy here. Um, yeah, I feel like you're a person also kind of doesn't know which choice to make or which direction to go in. So it's like you're both having to really surrender to this uncomfortable bit here, some really uncomfortable moment in time. And it's like both of you are trying to just fall back on spirit to have like the faith and the courage and to know, like, to be guided into like which direction to take, which steps to take, where to go, how to move. It's like you're not trying to just take it upon yourself and like make a choice for yourself at this time, but fall back on like that spiritual guidance and wanting to make the choice or move in the direction where you're going to be most protected, but also most in alignment. So it's like, yeah, what's the best decision? So you could be in this energy of like really waiting for the right thing to come to you. Yeah, I feel like you and your person are both holding off from starting something new. I'm so sorry. I'm just having like the worst allergies and stuff today. I'm so sorry. Um, I feel like, yeah, because I've been doing good reading this whole time, and all of a sudden, it's like really overwhelming. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on with your person and you as well. Maybe there's like a lot of pressure building to where it's like you feel as though you have no choice but to jump into something new or to choose a direction, but it's like you don't know what to do. So it's like energy could just be kind of like flowing out of you at this time, and it's like you don't know what to do with it and you don't know really where it's coming from or like what the best choices to make. It's like you can't see the full picture, so it's like keeping to yourself, holding back, that being kind of like withholding and watchful or waiting for the right opportunity, um, waiting for like the right thing to come to you. It's like not really knowing what is exactly best or like what would be the most fair or the most well balanced, thought out choice. It's like not wanting to fall back on your own understanding to make that decision, but trusting in spirit to like guide you and just kind of surrendering to like the discomfort that you feel at this time. So, yeah, I feel like your future spouse is also like holding off from making certain choices or making commitments or choosing something specific in their life at this time as well. Maybe something that they tried to choose really didn't work out for them, or they feel as though all of the options that they have available to them at this time are not like the right option. Like if they do choose that and go with that, even though that's like the only thing that's available to them at this time, that they're going to end up like really regretting this. Or it's like with every option that is available around them, they can see something um, behind it, right? Or something underneath. Like they can just intuitively sense that everything that seems like an option is going to come with all of this stuff. So it's like they don't want to choose something or give to something or get into a specific commitment, get themselves tied into like the wrong direction just to have to learn this really harsh lesson. So yeah, it's like they can't exactly see why necessarily right now, but it's like their intuition is telling them to just like really hold off and like wait for the right thing to come to them, or or like the right opportunity to come to them. Or this could be you, or you could be both in this place right now, just like not wanting to choose the wrong thing, not wanting to invest in the wrong thing, or like you maybe have had, like I said, they may have learned this lesson, or you may have learned this lesson in the past, that like when you choose the wrong thing or get yourself overly invested, like when you have to kind of like force it and do all this extra stuff to like make it happen and force it, then it's like in the long run you end up kind of like stuck in the wrong situation, and it's really hard to like remove yourself, or you end up dealing with like a lot of unexpected BS. So it's like you've both kind of learned this lesson in the past, so you're not willing to give to just anything or invest into like just anything, or there's more caution, right? More thinking things through to really make sure that you're making choices and decisions that um, reflect like growth and change. So it's like not wanting to learn those same lessons. So there's something about like all of the options around them, they just see these like similar red flags that they're going to go down the same path that they were down before, or it's like they'll end up regretting that. And so it's like they'd rather just stay strong and like hold out and wait for the right thing to come to them, like be uncomfortable for a while, or kind of surrender to like this really unknown space and time and wait for like the right thing to come to them. And this could be you too, like again, you could be marrying each other. So it's like being really strong at this time. Not wanting to like overly indulge in anything that seems like a distraction or seems unhealthy. Like really taking the time out to like go within and make the choice that reflects your healthiest path, or like bringing the healthiest, most healing energy into your life. So they may be in this energy almost to a fault, to where they're kind of like limiting themselves, or kind of like making themselves stuck in a way, if you will. It's like um, overly hanging on to whatever heartbreak or discomfort they've had to go through in the past, to the point where it's almost like debilitating them, holding them down, or like holding them back. So it's that could be another factor in why it's like so difficult for them to like make a choice, because there's just this fear that they're going to end up having to go through like the same struggles they went through before. It's like they really could like overthink things, or like overly stress things, and like almost bring that energy back into their life. So it's like they're trying to heal through this and make better choices, but it's like almost to a fault, where it's like holding them back, holding them down, stopping them from being able to like move towards the right thing and make like a solid offer for the right thing. Again, it's like they may have this idea that if it has to come to them, like they can't be the ones to go out and get it, or to chase it, or they can't do anything about it. For some reason they have this like idea that it has to come to them in order to like confirm or know that it's from spirit, and it's like almost to a fault, to where this is like holding them back, or they feel limited or held back, or like there's nothing that they can do. It's like they have to like draw this into them. So yeah, they could be in like a feminine energy to a fault, if you will, like kind of like too much feminine energy, where there's not enough balance of like having the masculine, of like knowing that when something feels right, you also have to like take some action. Or this could be like you too. So yeah, it's like however it resonates, or you could be marrying each other, but there's just a lot of like going back and forth between, is it the right thing? So like when you initially connect with this person, they could spend a lot of time going back and forth between, okay, should I reach out? Is this the right thing? Is this right? It's like they spend a lot of time overthinking and focusing on the past, and that almost kind of like holds them back from a long time from being able to see the opportunity for what it is, or being able to choose and want to like make an offer and really present something solid here. Yeah, they're just so scared to like go through whatever they went through in the past again, that that's going to be the main thing that like holds them back from being able to give you a solid offer, to present you with something. They may like initially, right when they meet you, want to give you some kind of a gift, or like give you something, give you an offer, commitment, reach out in a more serious way, like cut something else off in order to choose you. But then it's like they hold back from doing this because it's like they don't, like, it's not that they don't know if it's right. It's just they get so scared. They project so much of like what they went through in the past that it almost causes them to like hold back and like overthink things for so long that they like miss the opportunity, or they come across as like this shady person, or like they have like shady and hurtful intentions. Even with me like coughing so much, it's like they can't, when they do have feelings for someone, or they do want to give to someone or present something, it's like they can't get it out. They get like literally caught up. um, it could come across as like abrasive, right? Like I'm sure there was a few times I like coughed into the mic on accident, and it's like probably turns certain people off. So I feel like that's kind of the energy they have too. Like they're gonna, like they sit in this back and forth energy of like being so concerned that, yeah, they're going to be hurt in the same ways, or they're going to hurt others, or that they're going to make the wrong choice, or like give to the wrong person, or not know what to do, or make some sort of mistake to hurt you, or yeah, they're just going to like go back and forth and really overthink things, and to the point where it's like they don't even see all of the potential, or like the it's like they feel as though they don't have as much to give to you too. That could be another thing, but it's like they are almost limiting themselves so much that they don't see everything that they do have to give. So there may be a point where they almost have to like lose you with the tower. um it's like because they're choosing to like surrender into this energy so much, you could get to a point where you're like, okay, this isn't fair, this isn't well balanced, like you're not giving the same as I'm giving to you, or like you feel as though it's not fair to have to kind of like overly prove yourself because of whatever this person went through in their past. Or it's like you get to a point where you realize they're going to have to like balance things out within themselves and make some sort of a shift and be more willing to take action and give back as much as they need in order to feel valid. Like they have to give back the same energy. So there, yeah, there could be some sort of tower moment where you feel like, yeah, they're not treating you fairly, they're not offering you as much as you deserve, or they're just being withholding based off of like stuff that happened in their own past that like it doesn't have anything to do with you, you don't have any control over. So it's just kind of out of like self-respect, or just setting boundaries for yourself, or just being like, okay, if this is going to work, you have to meet me halfway, kind of a thing. So if you've already met this person, you could be in this time period right now where you're like having to like maybe disconnect, or just like make healthy choices for yourself. um and yeah, it's like ultimately leading them to like wake up and realize they have to like take more action, or be more like oriented towards showing you how much they really care, being more open and giving. um or yeah, it's like if you haven't met this person like right when you initially meet them, um there'll be like that process that you kind of work through until ultimately it kind of pushes into like a tower moment where you kind of set boundaries, and they feel as though there's like a risk of them losing you in their life, and then it causes them to kind of come full circle and realize, like they're the ones doing this to themselves, or like inflicting this on themselves, or limiting themselves based off of their past. And it's like causing them to like miss out on this like really beautiful opportunity. So it's like triggers them to like want to create a balance from like whatever happened in their past, and actually start to like move forward and be able to make clear choices for themselves again. Too many spirit. So this person could have had a lot of like vices that they held on to in the past, to kind of like mend or to manage like the way that they felt. And this was just really like limiting them and holding them back. So having this tower moment, or some sort of like threat of losing you in their life, through you like standing your ground and having like really strong boundaries here, it's like triggering them to realize like they definitely made the wrong choice, or they should not have partaken so much in like unhealthy things, and focus more on like you and giving to you and seeing like the opportunity in front of them. So they could have been going through like some heavy spiritual warfare too, and they were just coping in really unhealthy ways, instead of kind of like falling back on the connection with you, so you can like unite together to work through this. Fighting off negative energies, fighting spiritual warfare, needing to clear your energy. So you could kind of need to clear your energy, but I feel like, yeah, your person's definitely waking up and realizing what's been happening around them. Or it's like they're gonna um, have this realization after a major tower moment. Whenever you do come together or meet this person, it's like they'll realize the way that they're operating is just like not helping them to heal, and really holding them back and keeping them stuck in the very thing that they don't want for themselves. We have caution. So Spirit is definitely saying like have strong boundaries and be willing to like protect yourself, and um, yeah, don't be scared of like making the other person feel some type of way. Like don't be scared to revoke access, or to not give all access right away. Like with the caution tape, like typically that's like certain areas that you can't go to because it's like something going on there, right? So it's okay to set those boundaries within yourself, to where it's like, yeah, I will be open to explore this connection, but until you're giving to me in the same way, or giving back to me in this like in the same way that I am to you, until it's more well balanced, then you can't have access to like certain parts of me or certain parts of a connection, right? Until you're also showing me that commitment, or taking things seriously, or doing the work within yourself the same way I am, kind of an energy. Yeah, don't be afraid to like have your guard up in certain ways. Don't be scared to kind of like ruin things or scare this person off, because it's like they're going through a lot of their own healing at this time. So certain boundaries being set is something that they could like need. But yeah, you could be kind of afraid at first to do certain things or say certain things, like call them out in certain ways. Parenting, so you could end up having kids with this person, or this could be someone that you have kids with, or it's like they have children, or they want to have children. It's like they would really like to get to this place, but they have a lot that is like holding them back. So it's okay to be like, okay, I'm not even open to like talking about all of that or like doing something like that, getting on that level until there's like more stable commitment in place. So it's like if you can't meet me on certain levels, then there's certain things that I can't do with you or like give you access to at this time. So we have I worry about us a lot. I want to get you drunk. You are so very special. I sometimes wonder if you care. And I am in so much pain. So I feel like due to like whatever happened in the past, like after this tower moment, a big way that they will reconcile is just trying to explain to you like how deeply they were wounded or traumatized in the past, but also like the threat of like losing you or going through some sort of tower moment with you could kind of reawaken in this pain and cause them to be like, okay, um, I can't like lose you in my life. You're really important to me. Like, how do you feel, or do you feel the same way? Kind of. So that could be like why they would want to get you drunk. It's like they want to know your true, honest feelings here. So it's like they almost want you to like admit your feelings first in order to know that you care, but then they'll definitely like validate you and let you know that they feel the same way about you and that they've been in so much pain through this disconnect or this threat of like you not being a part of their life, but they just didn't know like if you felt the same way or if you really cared in the same way. So they could see you as this like very special, like highly sought after attractive person. um So that's kind of what leads to like they just have a lot of doubt that you really do feel the same way as them. So that could be a big part of where it's like they need you to like come to them. So yeah, they're really like limited and held back by pains that they went through like in the past too. But then the threat of losing you could have like triggered that and then made them realize like, okay, I'm bringing the very thing I don't want into my life by rejecting this connection. But again, it's like they need that confirmation from you first that you do feel that way before then they'll open up and let you know like the way that they see you and how attracted they are to you or how special they feel you are. So very interesting energy. So they could have something that they want to give to you specifically and they like hold back. And then after this tower moment, it's like they realize like, okay, I have to um give this to them, but it's like they need to see that like you care, or that you feel the same way first before they can like open up to you in this way or give to you in this way. We have the Six of Earth, Moon in Taurus, King of Earth, Earth and Fire, Uranus, the Fool, And the Two of Earth, Jupiter in Capricorn. So Capricorn, Earth energy, Taurus, more Capricorn energy, fire, then Uranus coming through. Nature seeker, simplicity. Your soul is longing for peace and connection to nature's elements. Don't overcomplicate your situation by reaching outside of yourself for answers. You will find clarity by spending time in nature to refocus your energy. Tree wisdom, embody. Nature can heal when you integrate with the rhythm of the earth. Trees help to remind you to be more like nature intended. Get rooted in a support system, be flexible, branch off in many directions, and embrace the seasons of change. Use the trees as an example of how to live. Taking the leap, courage. You have to let go of something good to get something great. Taking the leap into the unknown can be scary, but you are being called to have faith in yourself and the universe. If you want to experience the next level of success, you cannot stay comfortable. Enjoy the journey. I feel like this is what your person's learning, is that they have to be willing to let things go and jump into new things without bringing the old things with them, in order for things to actually work out and for them to start to heal and see something different, um, different story, different narrative. Addictions, compassion. The situation is influenced by an addictive behavior that is influencing you or the person involved. Pain and trauma are being projected. Try to see the truth of the situation by stepping outside of the chaos to create an opening for forgiveness, patience, and compassion. So, definitely we had that card come through. So, Spirit is saying this is an opportunity for healing, while still standing your ground and having healthy boundaries. But there's an opportunity for healing to be created here for you and the other person, especially. Spirit guidance, co-creation. Your spirit guides and guardians are here to assist, to help you evolve into your authentic self. The time is now to see yourself as your spiritual team sees you. They ask that you remove all limiting thoughts and open yourself up to them. Meditation and asking for signs are a great way to deepen your connection. So that's all I have for pile 3. If you're watching still, thank you so much. Hi there, pile 4. Taking a look into your future spouse in regards to what you need to know about them right now and how to get in alignment with them. So I feel like this is the pile that really like dreams, and you have this very idolized idea of what it will be like to meet your future spouse or to like be married. Like you'd be the type of people that have like your whole wedding planned out, like you really dream and imagine for that time period. You feel like once you like meet that perfect person, you'll be like really happy. But you also could get really in your head, as far as like getting kind of insecure or doubtful that you're going to meet that person or that they're going to come. So because of that, you could end up getting with people who exhibit a lot of red flags, and you tend to kind of tell yourself this idealized narrative of them or version of them, because you could be kind of scared that you're never going to meet that like perfect person that's going to check off everything that you want. So yeah, like whenever you get kind of scared or caught up in your head in that way, you find yourself like trying to connect with people who maybe don't have the best intentions or don't show up for you in the best ways, but it's like you tell yourself this idolized version of the relationship, their feelings for you, out of just like fear of you could have this fear of like missing out, or that you're never going to meet your person or find your person, or like meet someone that like checks all the boxes, or you feel like time's kind of like running out to connect with someone. So you could end up kind of getting caught up with people who put you in these like karmic cycles of like breaking up and getting back together and never really knowing where you stand. And it's like feels really familiar, or reminds you of like, when you were younger or something. But then it's also the very things like staying caught up in these connections is also the very thing that like is it's like almost like wasting time. It's like the thing that makes the time run out, to where then you feel pressured, like you're losing time or running out of time to connect with someone that has better intentions or sees you, or like actually wants to give to you in the way that you deserve. You could be in this place of kind of like losing faith that you'll find someone that like checks every box though, and like doesn't have any sort of like red flags. The rose ceremony. The silver lining. So I feel like when you meet your future spouse, um, it's going to be like right when you're in this energy. Like you could be in a connection where someone is like exhibiting a lot of red flags, or not really showing up for you in the ways that you think, or that it's a connection that brings a lot of stress into your life, to like disrupt your life in a kind of a harmful way. It's like it doesn't bring you a lot of peace. You just kind of stay up all night, like focusing on this or wondering where it's going. Um, but again, you could give yourself this like idolized version of it, and then um, once you meet this person that ends up being your future spouse, it kind of shows you uh, how much you've been settling, or it's like this person is going to like choose you out of a lot of options, right? Or they'll make it really clear their intentions for you, and the fact that they want to give to you, or like right away, like say like very early in the connection, they'll like post you online, or give to you in some way that like really sets a precedent or shows others that they're very focused on you and very serious about you. And this could be really different to you, and kind of like wake you up and make you realize like, wow, yeah, like other people weren't necessarily choosing you in the same way, or just kind of shows you this is what you deserved all along. Like you deserved someone to choose you, or to make it their feelings known and clear about you, like from the very beginning. And you never like deserved to put up with like whatever you had been going through in the past. So it's just like really teaching you a lot about what you deserve in relationships, and yeah, what's out there, the potential of what's out there. So it's like it doesn't have to be yeah, you don't have to accept kind of like a sad story or a sad narrative. Or once you meet this person, it's like you're going to feel like really thankful that all of these past situations didn't work out. Like in the past, whenever you were kind of settling for less than you deserve, whatever those other people did to cause the situation to end or to like not choose you, you're going to look at that and be really thankful that that didn't work out, and thankful that you were able to like process those emotions and release those relationships in order to connect with someone like this, or to connect with someone who sees you for like the fruits of who you are, and actually wants to like give to you, connect with you. It's yeah, like the silver lining is like literally like you're gonna see it as like meeting this person and having them choose you in a more serious way is kind of like the silver lining, right? Where so then you're thankful that like past things that weren't really reflecting your worth or treating you super fairly fell off, is like you see that as a positive, or like to your divine benefit. So then you could then connect and meet with someone who sees you for your worth and like wants to give you their time and their attention right away. It's like not playing games with you. You're not going to need to go through like another person in order to connect with them. It's like they're going to be really straightforward and clear and direct. So you're not having to like seek out all of this advice, or like figure out what's going on, or have like other people mediate things for you. It's be a lot more clear, straightforward, direct. So a big fear of yours could have been like to get into a situation because someone shows you like all these really good qualities right away, and then having things kind of like fall apart, or then seeing like people's true colors. And so spirit is saying, you don't have to like take these fears or insecurities of what you've seen in other people in the past like with you moving forward. Like not everyone, yeah, is going to be the same way. Like if someone is kind of choosing you and making things really known and clear from the beginning, it's like you don't have to have this fear then that like the other shoe is going to drop and you're going to see some other side to them that's like even worse than what you're typically used to dealing with. Like that could have been, that mindset could have been something that kind of like held you back in the past when you met someone who seemed like they were going to give to you more, or not show you those same red flags that you've been kind of used to dealing with. And so another big thing, or a big green flag about this could be like right when you meet each other, it's like your families really like the other person, or you really click and connect with your families, or there's some sort of connection. This also could be someone that you meet through your family. It could be like, yeah, someone like a family friend connects you. So then your families are really close, or they have some sort of values that are like very in alignment with you. And so you feel as though you can trust them more than others. There could be some sort of familiar feelings, like they feel like home. If you meet them in like a different place, then there's something about the connection where they either feel like home, um, or where you're from, or like your family, or they have some sort of similar connection, like they're also from the same place and you'd never met each other, or they also have friends and family back in the same place and spent a lot of time there, so you connect over that unexpectedly, or there's some sort of just like initial familiarity or connection to where you feel like safe and comfortable with each other. So that could be something that you're not used to as well. So then, yeah, it's like spirit saying you don't have to be concerned that then the other shoe is going to drop or something even worse is going to happen. Um, it's like this is different in a good way, and it's like not what you're used to in a good way. So we have opening up and the jeweler. So once you meet this person, it's like this connection will kind of slowly progress into something really positive. They could get you to like open up. It's like it could start off kind of slow, but then it will solidify, right? So I'm seeing the 3, so it's like kind of like I'm seeing like 3 months. Like right when you meet this person, it could take kind of like 3 or so months to like start to get to know each other and open up, and then at a certain point, it's like you could, you and the other person realize it's very much worth investing deeper, taking things to the next level. At first, you're going to be just really uncomfortable with someone who wants to like give to you or offer you like commitment or be really stable right away. But then over time, it's like you start to adjust to this or start to open your heart to this, and then you start to get comfortable and open up. There's definitely going to be like commitment offered like right away, or like talk of commitment, or like them buying you gifts or like asking you questions in order to get more information as far as like what you like. So then if they were to offer you a deeper level commitment, they would know exactly how to go about it, or exactly what you would want. So this is going to be the type of person that takes the time to get to know you. Like they want you to open up so they know what you like and what you enjoy, so that they know exactly what to get you when they offer you that commitment. It's like someone who's going to go really out of their way to figure out like the perfect size, the perfect type of ring that you like, or the perfect like everything, right? Just like have it all figured out, like actually genuinely get to know you. So again, it's like this is something that you're really not used to. So at first it could take some time for it to progress, but then it's like once you get comfortable in the situation, you really start to open up, or you see these similarities and you start to just realize like you don't have anything to fear here in the situation. It's like the more you're able to get comfortable and open up, then the deeper and the faster the commitment comes. Once you're committed to, there's going to be something with this like sparkle. I just saw like this connection is going to draw a lot of attention. It's going to draw like just a lot of eyes. Like you could become like a very powerful couple, like a power couple, or just like a really popular couple, or just like a lot of people are like drawn towards you, supporting you, not necessarily jealous, but like just like really looking to you and like fangirling or fantasizing the relationship. It's like something that a lot of people around you like look to. um or yeah, it's like you could have a lot of people coming to you and like kind of asking you like how did you meet this person, or how did you manifest like someone in your life who's so serious about you, or like it's like the way it happens like draws a lot of people in to be like, okay, how did you do this? Like there's something to where you may get like a lot of questions, or just a lot of people curious. And so I'm seeing like through learning to trust again and learning to open up to this person and like growing with this person, you could like start a business or something, like helping other people like open up themselves in order to manifest a healthier relationship for themselves. It's like, yeah, it's like a lot of people around you will be like admiring you or seeing like the growth or the change, or it's like you go from being in like a toxic, some sort of toxic cycle, to then suddenly being like swept off your feet, chosen, like in this very serious commitment that's like a lot of people are drawn to this and like wanting to know how you like changed your life or changed things. Yeah, I'm just seeing it's like then you almost then turn around and like give back to others and teach others how to connect with themselves and open up within themselves in order to like call this in or manifest this type of commitment for themselves. It's like you unlocked some sort of key within yourself. It's like as soon as you stopped being like delusional or overly fantasizing the things that were actually hurting you, then there was some sort of shift. And then as soon as you shifted within yourself, your whole reality like shifts as well. And then it's like something really, really powerful and solid and serious and quick comes in for you. So yeah, a lot of people around you were like really curious, like how you did this, how this happened, how they can do this for themselves, or how they can have a connection like this, something like this for themselves. It's like you really want to help teach others how to connect with themselves and open up and learn how to like grow and trust others and call in like a higher level spiritual committed person who's going to like give back to them in a really beautiful way. Yeah, more energy of like you creating something, or you finding a way to like speak your truth or vocalize what you've been through in order to connect with others and like help them, helping to like reach others. Yeah, it's like this could like manifest or flourish into some sort of creative healing endeavor or project for you, to where you like really pour, or yeah, like writing music or writing poetry or something to connect with others and help heal them, or help other people like connect with themselves and start to open up. So music is a really powerful way to do that. So it's like some of the people that you've connected with in the past that had these like red flags. It could have just been like their own personal struggles here. Um, and that's where you kind of had like a hard time not like seeing like the true depth of their struggles and how much they were taking this out on you and projecting this on you, or how much this was affecting your life, and just kind of like idolizing their potential of what it could be, even though they weren't in the place to offer you that at that time. So it's just like keeping you stuck in kind of like an off and on like toxic cycle, or like waiting for people to kind of like change, when you ended up then just like drawing within yourself and healing within yourself and learning how to open up to something more healthy. It's like at a certain point, you were just, as much as you wanted to like help certain people, you realizing like being caught up in those toxic karmic cycles, it just brings a lot of like um, drama and negativity in your life. So you just kind of get to a place where you're like over it and ready for like a new cycle, or ready to like heal or express yourself in a different way. Yeah, with the gym here, it's like I just saw like wanting to get healthier habits. This card is all about like meeting someone at the gym, staying long hours, doing more than working out. Um, so yeah, I feel like this also goes into like with your past connections, like certain red flags they had. Um, yeah, it was like hard for you to see kind of at one time, but then once you switch this energy or turn this energy around, then it's like you it's like go in the spaces that you've cried and change the narrative, like do something different. So like say um you had exes in the past that had really shady habits, it's like you're going to take up working out, but it's not to be like shady and meeting someone at the gym or cheating on your partner. It's like actually to invest in yourself, and so it helps you to heal from the past and like empower yourself and feel strong, rather than like giving this space so much power over you to be like, oh, my ex went to the gym and that's why they cheated on me, and so I hate working out. Or it's like really healing and using these things that have hurt you as tools to empower and better yourself, in order to like really break the cycle, the type toxic cycles. Another thing that you could be like healing from is like feeling like you have to be overly um, busy, feeling like you have to constantly have something going on in order to be like successful. I feel like your person, your future spouse, is also kind of going through that of like realizing it's okay to like slow down and do things that feel like home. Do things that like bring you joy and make you feel connected to the people around you. So their priorities are kind of shifting. Like at one time, they could have been really focused on just like building their career, just like building in general. And now they want to like, they're happy that they did that, but it's like they want to use what they've built to give back to the people around them or to connect deeper with the people around them rather than constantly like stressing out to like get on to the next thing, right? Rushing on to the next thing. It's like they want to slow down and enjoy life with someone. So that could be with this kind of over it. It's like they're over like the cycle that they've been in as well, and they're ready for a shift or a change, something totally different. So that could be a big reason why like once they meet you, they just choose you right away. It's like something about your energy, you kind of give them something that they needed to feel safe, to like slow down and do things differently. And that's why they want to offer you a commitment, like so upfront. Or it's like once you can finally come around and get comfortable in the connection, then they're going to want to come in and offer you a commitment right away. So it's like you show them something, like you show them that it's okay to like slow down and get out of your own head and like enjoy the energy and the environment around you and like enjoy your days and be still and watch the time pass with someone you care about. Like you don't always have to be so stressed out, so overly worked, so in your head like about all the little responsibilities and things in life. So yeah, there's like something about you that's very different where they want to just like give to you right away, or they want you to like open up, they want to know you. Yeah, they're going to be like really interested in you, like learning all about you. You're going to want you to feel like really safe and comfortable to just like totally open up. They want you to like open up to their family, feel like safe and comfortable around their family. Yes, I think so, yes. I feel like this is going to be you at first. Like you're going to be really unsure if this is the right thing at first. But then once you start to open up, then you'll see something in them that like really makes you want to invest or to see like where this could go or what this could be. You have so many choices and options. You are so beautiful. Why do you need me? I feel like this is how you're going to feel towards them. So this pile is really interesting because it's mostly focused on the viewer. Yeah, I feel like all of these messages are like you to them, which is really interesting. Like you're almost going to be kind of shocked, 69. But yeah, you're almost going to be the one that's like, wow, like, are you sure? And then once you realize like the opportunity that's here, that like you're the one almost holding back because it's just so foreign and different than what you're used to, then you're going to like rush in and want to have like a true start with them. Like at first, it'll be confusing, and then you'll be like, okay, I definitely should trust this or open up to this, or there's definitely something here that's safe or that I need to heal, or there's some reason that I'm being led to this. I want you to choose. Yeah, this is interesting. I really feel like this pile is definitely mostly driven towards the viewer. So hopefully there was still a good message in there for you. We have the 5 of air, Venus in Aquarius. 8 of air, Jupiter in Gemini. So a lot of air signs. Venus in Virgo. 9 of earth. A lot of Venus energy too. 8 of fire, Mercury in Sagittarius. And then the Empress, more Venus energy. So 3 times Venus. So that's really interesting. And then Neptune as well. So mostly fire energy. We have fire and air in Venus. So Venus rules over Taurus and Libra, though. Yeah, we have air signs and fire signs in Virgo as well. Sagittarius, Gemini, Aquarius, Neptune, lots of Venus in Virgo. Rising of the Phoenix, expansion. You have risen from the ashes through your strength and determination. Now is the time to spread your wings. This is a new chapter in transition time for you. The old version of you has died off and no longer exists. A new beginning is here to usher in high vibrational energy that is fiery and expansive. Ripple effect, intention. The intention behind actions is far reaching and at times very impactful. The frequency of your action is then matched and echoed through time. Be mindful of the power behind your thoughts, decisions, and actions. Spiderweb, trapped. The situation is drawing you in with bad intentions and behavior. This is a warning not to get involved in anything destructive or with people that don't have your best interest. Turn to your spiritual strength to make the necessary changes. So, Spirit is saying, is definitely confirming that there are some people around you who have just not been exhibiting the best intentions, and yeah, don't be scared to like make certain changes and free yourself from certain webs of drama that no longer have to be your story. It's like you don't have to be trapped in this energy any longer. Magic wand, manifest. You have the power to turn ordinary into extraordinary. Bring into focus what you want, then the universe reflects that same vibration. Now let the divine timing do the rest. Call on your inner Merlin to access what is available now from other dimensions and timelines. Addictions, compassion. The situation is influenced by an addictive behavior that is influencing you or the person involved. Pain and trauma are being projected. Try to see the truth of the situation by stepping outside of the chaos to create an opening for forgiveness, patience, and compassion. So when we see something for what it is, it can help us to understand why it happened and not take things so personally, and not kind of bring that energy back on ourselves and help to like forgive that. But then we can also kind of release it and let it go, knowing that's not our burden to carry or our battle to take on, our fight to fight. It's like sometimes we can't save other people or fix other people or fight their battles or their burdens for them. It's like we have to kind of let people work through their things and kind of fight through their things like in their own time. Good news, positivity. Your prayers have been heard. Good news is on the way. The universe wants you to have expectancy of positive outcomes in your life. You have the power to manifest what you desire of your highest good by co-creating with Source. Now it's time to celebrate. So I feel like you're going to feel this very expansive, fiery, celebratory energy when you do connect with this person, with your future spouse, and start to kind of trust and heal in the connection. It's going to be cause for major celebration, major ending of a cycle, lots of healing. So that's all I have for pile 4. So if you're still watching, thank you so much.